Hello everyone and welcome to Barry Morgan Horror Geek episode 3. This time I'm talking about my favorite 1980s slasher films. Now a lot of times people ask me, Barry, what's your favorite type of horror movie? It has to be the 80s slasher film, and a big reason of that is because that's what I grew up with. My favorite kind of subgenre of that is the slasher whodunit. A lot of people might forget that the original Friday the 13th was a slasher whodunit. But yeah, that's sort of my favorite subgenre, but my favorite genre is the 80s slasher film. So I'm going to go through my top 10 80s slashers. And I'm not going to give a lot of description about these movies because if you haven't seen them, it's something you should check out yourself. So starting at number 10 on my list is a movie called Mother's Day. This one is not really for the faint of heart. It has some very graphic, brutal scenes, but I like it, and it makes it at number 10 on my list. Number 9 is Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. This has one of the best villain freakouts that you'll ever see in any movie ever. Number 8 is Sleepaway Camp. Yes, the one with Angela, the confused camp counselor who goes on a killing spree. And this has one of the most unforgettable endings that you will ever see in a movie. I will attempt, very briefly, to do the face from the final scene. Number 7 on my list is April Fool's Day. Some people say, oh, it's not a slasher because it turns out to be an April Fool's Day joke at the end. Well, screw it. April Fool's Day is one of my favorites, and it's coming in at number 7. Number 6 is the Santa Claus slasher movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night. This has, without a doubt, my favorite original piece of music that has ever been written for a horror film, The Warm Side of the Door. If you're curious, just Google Warm Side of the Door, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and you will have some laughs. Number 5 is a film called Happy Birthday to Me. This has, without a doubt, the best Scooby-Doo type ending in a horror movie ever. Take my word for it. Number 4 is a film called Pieces, a little bit of a Frankenstein-ish slasher film. Very gritty, very dirty in the way that it's shot, very grainy looking and kind of disturbing. So if you're not for the faint of heart, don't check out Pieces, but take my word for it and do. Number 3 is a movie a lot of people forget about, maybe because they want to forget about it, but it's called Basket Case, about a little guy who was surgically removed from his brother when he was young. His name's Belial. He gets jealous of his older brother as his older brother goes out into the world and meets women and does things, and Belial gets a little mad and hacks some people up. Number 2 is My Bloody Valentine. This is perhaps my favorite slasher whodunit in terms of story and atmosphere. Set in a little mining town, I believe in Pennsylvania. A lot of the movie takes place in an underground mine, and the remake didn't care for so much, but the original is one of my all-time favorites. And my number 1 favorite 80s slasher film, and if you listen to my podcast and you know me, you know that this is my favorite scary movie of all time, is Friday the 13th Part 2. First appearance of the adult Jason, only appearance of adult Jason without the hockey mask. Friday the 13th Part 2 is my absolute favorite 1980s slasher film. Take care, everyone, and remember to sharpen those chainsaws and look in that closet.